Hey everybody, Jabman025 here. Today I'm taking a look at the 1/35th scale hard graph Core Fighter. This is the Core Fighter from the original Mobile Suit Gundam, and this kit was announced last year, and to tell you the truth, when I first saw it I wasn't that interested in it, but as they came out with more and more promo picks, it started to grow on me. So I decided to pick it up and we'll have a look at it here. Now, first thing I wanted to show you is we have these three figures. We have Sayla Mass here. These figures have to be glued together, and obviously they have to be painted. I did not paint these three. See the little gray section on her helmet there? That is a smoke clear gray, so that's the one thing you don't got to paint. As you can see, her balance isn't that good because of her feet placement, so she's going to fall over a lot. Next you got Amuro, same deal with his helmet. That gray piece you don't got to paint, but everything else you do. And he has a little sidearm there. But once again, I decided not to paint that Amuro. Third figure you get is this guy. Generic white base crew member A. It's kind of like a guy who's working on the deck of the white base as the Core Fighter lands. Next we're going to look at these stickers. The only stickers you really have, not a whole lot, and they're going to go on the cockpit. And then you have this, a gigantic sheet of water slide decals. Absolutely massive amount of decals on this kit. But the reason is there's three sets of them. There's a set for Amuro's Core Fighter, there's a set for Sayla's Core Fighter, and there's a set for the G3 Core Fighter. If you really wanted to go nuts and repaint everything, you could do that and make the G3 Core Fighter. Here you see the chair. You get water slide decals for the chair as well, and the control panel. Some of them fell off as I was working, and I had to do a little bit of painting. And you get this figure here, which is Amuro in a sitting pose, so he can be in the cockpit. And of course, he has to be glued together and painted as well. This one I did paint. You do have a decision to make. Getting him in and out of the chair is very difficult. You pretty much got to decide whether you want a pilot in the chair or not at this point. Now, as I mentioned, there's a lot of painting here. And they do give you a very good painting guide, so that helps. Painting guide full for Amuro, for Sayla, for the generic white base crew member. And they give you a really nice color guide, and they give you a nice color guide if you really want to make the G3 Core Fighter. You have to do a ton of painting to pull that off, but they give you the decals for it, so that's kind of nice. Now here you see a more complete cockpit and a painted Amuro. Getting that bluish gray on his pilot's uniform was pretty tricky. It took a couple of attempts, but I did make a custom color for it. And I painted some red and some white and some black to really detail it out. Here's the custom color I came up with, just mixing a little bit of blue and gray and a little bit of white to lighten it up. Turned out pretty good. Now this Core Fighter does transform and the chair goes with it. It will flip up into Gundam mode if you want it in core block. Here you see more of the cockpit. Here's where those stickers come in. Now when you put them on they look real good and there's no real problems, but we do have a bit of a problem later. See, now I have it painted on. The reason I have it painted is the stickers started peeling off almost immediately. Why, you may ask? Because the cockpit slides open, or the canopy slides open rather. And when I slid it open, it immediately started peeling those stickers right off. So I ended up having to paint that section on. Didn't do a perfect job, but I still think it looks good. Here you see the back half of the Core Fighter. You have a movable rudder, which is kind of neat. So you can move the rudder on the tail. You have missiles that pop out, just like a regular Core Fighter, and you do have a little bit of painting to do on the missiles, and they were exceedingly frustrating to get all set into place. I came up with some new curse words while putting those missiles in. And here you see a more complete Core Fighter, sans wings and engines on the back, of course. The vents on the front, or the air intake, actually came out really well. I was really impressed how that looked. Those are individual pieces, and it really looked nice. And now here you see it with the wings attached. Wings do fold open, and they look very nice. As you can see, there's open section on the bottom. That is where the landing gear is going to go. You can keep that closed if you want to have it in a flying pose, because this will go on an action base. In this case, it will go on the 1/144th action base. This is not included. A lot of promo pics showed off an action base with this, but it is not included in the kit. So if you want it airborne, you got to buy an action base. As so. It attaches right into the base where some of the landing gear goes. And turned out really nice. I'm really impressed with it. Nice strong attachment, and looks real good in flight. Here you see the landing gear. I was wondering if the tires would be a rubber material like some car and plane model kits, and the answer is no. It's just plastic too. Landing gear is nice, but personally I like it more in flight, so this is probably going to be the one and only time you'll see it with landing gear on. And of course, in the core block mode. It folds just like a regular small core fighter from any Gundam kit, just a lot bigger. Fold over front, the cockpit goes back, and the wings fold in. Kind of gives you the idea of how big a 1/35th Gundam would be. And the decals. Like I said, there are a ton of decals to do. Lots of big ones, lots of small ones. And as you probably already tell, there's a lot of panel lining too. A ton of detail work on this kit. Not as much painting as I thought there'd be, truthfully, but a lot of detail work. The devil is in the details with this kit. But once all the decals are on, it looks really nice. Now you can see Amuro Ray, Ensign. It also comes with him when he's promoted. And there you see, for a little size comparison, next to the Master Grade RX-78-2 version 2.0. Final thoughts on this kit. I'm giving this kit a thumbs up. It's a nice kit. There was a lot more detail work than I thought there would be. This isn't quite a Gundam kit. This isn't quite a standard plane or car kit that I built before. It's somewhere in between the two. You do have some painting, you do have some gluing, you do have a lot of detail work to do. But this is still a really nice kit, and the scale of it and the size of it make it look really, really nice. This is a fun kit, and it's an interesting kit to have alongside all your Gundams, so thumbs up. I enjoyed it. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, please ask them. I'll answer them as best I can. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. You guys know I love reading them. And please stay tuned for more. Always got more reviews coming, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and one more thing. Just for giggles, the real grade core fighter on top of the hard graft core fighter. Size does matter.